that little town, they were lost and never found. Fallen leaves, fallen leaves, fallen leaves on the ground.
Hey, what's up everyone? I am here to do my first review of 2011, and what a great way to start it with a Nintendo DS game. You know, that's kind of different, right? I haven't reviewed a Nintendo DS game in like, what, a year and a half, 2 years? I don't even remember what the last one was. What was it? Drawn to Life? I don't remember. So, anyway, this is my first Nintendo DS game, maybe even first portable game review in a long time. So let's get straight into it. But before I actually do that, I should straight into it, but not really. I have to say this is going to be a audio review. Now, if you don't know what audio review means, I might stumble on some lines. It's not going to be well prepared, and really, I don't have that much time. So I really wanted to talk about this game. Tomorrow I'm not going to have any time, and the day after that I'm not going to really have much time. So those days will be really quick videos for something else, and this one's going to be an audio review for this game. I really want to talk about it right now while it's in my mind because I just beat it, and yeah, really want to talk about it. So I don't care. It's going to be audio review, so I'm going to stumble on some of my lines and stuff, but whatever. Just if you don't want that, go away. And also, if you couldn't tell, there's going to be no gameplay in this video because first it's a Nintendo DS game, and also, like I said before, it's like a visual novel, text-based, text-heavy game, so I don't want to spoil anything. There are puzzles, though, don't get me wrong, but still. And I don't even want to show you those because those will be spoiled for you. So, let's get into this game. Okay, now, if I had to explain the story of 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, I would do it very simply like I'm actually about to. So, I'm really going to explain it really simply. The beginning is actually very simple, but later on it gets very complex and has a lot of twists and turns, so I'll just explain the beginning, and later on you have to figure it out by yourself, because, you know, you have to buy the game, sorry, or somehow rent it from somewhere, I don't know. So anyway, the story follows this character named Junpei, who is a fairly normal college student who just, you know, he does what he does. You know, he's a white kid, so he has a apartment. You know, he goes to school. He's smart. You know, he has cool clothes. He has blue clothes because blue is very hip. So I don't know where I'm going with it. Anyway, he awakes on board a old passenger ferry, dazed and confused, and he stumbles around the room that he's in to reclaim his memories of what happened. While he's in there, the first thing he notices is a door with the number 5 on it. He doesn't know what that means, but later on you figure out what it actually means. Really like 5 minutes later you figure out. You solve a puzzle, you get out of that room, you find 8 other people, 9 persons, so 9 if you count him. You find 8 other people, you meet, you greet, you hear some stuff, and you find out that you're in this thing called the Ninori game, which is pretty much a sick, twisted game where you have to go through a whole bunch of doors, 9 doors exact, and you have to find the right way to get to the 9th door, the one with the 9 on it. If you get to the 9th door without dying, then you're free. You get to go out. But you know, the whole adventure of going there is really what it's all about. And really, you just find out a whole bunch of different conspiracies, a whole bunch of different things, and it's just really intelligent. So that's really all I gotta say. So let's go on to let's go into the pros of it, I guess. You know, it's an audio review, so I'll do whatever the hell. Now, one thing I really did love about 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, like I said, the really intelligent story. It's fantastic. All these little twists and turns, they never leave one thing alone. Like they say, oh, they mentioned this, and then later on they never mention it again or something, or they leave it for a plot hole. And they never do that unless you screw up and make a wrong choice. If you do, then sorry. But anyway, they never do that. It's really intelligent, a very fantastic story with amazing characters. You start to learn, I mean, you start to really feel for these characters, even though you feel like you've only known them for a little while, which really you have. It's only been 9 hours in the actual game, and the game is pretty short, but really, you really do care about these characters. You don't want anything to happen to them, and if you make the wrong choice, because it is a choose-your-own-adventure game pretty much, then they might die, so you have to really make sure you don't screw up, so that's really cool. So, 2 pros right there. Fantastic characters and a fantastic, intriguing, twisty story. So, anyway, there you go. Those are 2 pros. Another thing I actually really loved was the actual puzzles in the game. Most of the game is text driven, where you do make some choices here and there if you want to go here or there, or something like a choose your own adventure game, or a choose your own adventure book or something, or anything like that, where you just read a whole bunch of text, blah blah blah, and they'll ask you, hey, you want to go here or here, or in this game it's like, you want to go to this door or this door. You could do that. That's part of the gameplay. And then also, when you get into these doors, you have to find a way out of these doors. So you have to like figure out, get this and that, and figure out this code and all these puzzles. And they're very, very intriguing. I don't even want to give you an example of one because they're really, really cool. It's not like pull this lever and this lever and freaking a circle comes out and it hits this and there you go, the door's open. No, it's like really mathematical puzzles, really cool. I learned a lot about stuff in this game, and I mean I learned a lot from this game, and really it was fantastic. I really thought the puzzles were fantastic in this game. The other awesome thing, and this is probably my favorite thing, is just the multiple endings that you get and the multiple ways you can do things. It's very addictive. Like, I did one playthrough where I just screwed up entirely. I was like, oh, I got a bad ending. I was like, damn, I have to do the whole thing over again. And then you could do the whole thing over again. You're probably thinking, oh, you're going to have to do a lot of the same stuff. You do, but you can actually skip pretty much all that talking. You might have to do a few puzzles that you've done before. But really, the second time through, it took me about an hour and a half to get back to where I was, and I was really at the end, so that was really, really cool to have that feature where you just skip a whole bunch of text and try to get a different ending, but if you screwed up, then there you go. I mean, you can't really resort to a last save because you need to do different things in the beginning, which is really cool, and I really like that they put that in there. The multiple ways you can get through the plot and get different endings is fantastic. Now, let's go on to the cons of the game. The only real con I can actually think of is maybe that if you screwed up the first time, you'll have to do it again. That's really all I can think of. Besides that, that's really it. I thought this game was amazing. There were so many games in 2010 that just made me blow my freaking mind. I really think 2010 is probably one of the best years of gaming of all time, because there's so many fantastic games: Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Red Dead Redemption, Halo Reach, Call of Duty, all these fantastic games, including this. This is an amazing game. I loved it. It's really one of my favorites of last year, so I expect it to be on my top 20 of the year because it is an amazing game. So there you go. There's my review of 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. If I had to give it a score, that's really hard. Because one little thing I didn't like, that you had to go all the way back, I'm going to give it a 9.7 out of 10. But it's a fantastic game, amazing story. I recommend it highly. So there you go. There's my review. Thank you, and goodbye.